Okay, so today I am taking the other four wheels for the trailer to the powder coater. I already have 6 of them there, but it's taking them so long to do them. I'm just gonna bring these, so my trailer doesn't have any wheels on it right now, because I don't want to have to wait to get the additional 4 done like another month. So I'm gonna drop these off, then I need to go up to Springs and get some gaskets and an exhaust valve for the Audi. So just leaving Audi and about to head back down to Pueblo. Got those 2 gaskets and an exhaust valve. You know stuff's going on down when you get behind an exhaust valve. Okay, so I need to pretty much just start putting the Audi engine back together. I'm going to pull the pan on this. Well, you have to pull like the mid pan and the oil pan to pull the rear timing cover, because you're not able to really seal it unless you, I mean, it'd probably always leak if I did it the other way. So I'm going to pull the pan, check the bearings, just make sure there isn't any excessive play, or make sure there's not anything like any big like metal particles in the pan. And then what I'm going to do is pretty much bolt the, I'm not sure if that's driver passenger side head, but whatever, passenger side head is which one that is. So bolt the passenger side head on, and pretty much bolt as much stuff as I can. I need to get a valve spring compressor so I could actually put the other head back together. I had to get that valve. I got that valve today, and then I don't know, maybe I'll end up doing it today. We'll see what happens, but I'm gonna try to get this as together as I can, and hopefully this week that car will be running. I don't know, I might get like motivated and get it all done today, or it might take a couple days, but should be running by the end of the week. And then you know, I'll have an Audi that I can get rid of or drive around or do whatever I want with. All right, so I was wrong. The holdback cover comes off without actually having to pull the mid pan or the oil pan. I'll probably still pull the oil pan really quick just to make sure that there isn't any metal in it or anything crazy going on, or any of this like timing stuff that fell down. I don't know how I'd get back there, but I mean, there's liquid and the car moves back and forth, so I just don't want to have any issues later on with this thing. And yeah, I mean, all I really need to do is pull all these timing guides off. If I was ghetto, I probably could have just left all this. It doesn't look like it broke any of the other stuff, but you know, I already bought all new stuff, so might as well use it. Okay, so I'm glad I pulled the oil pan off of this. Unfortunately, it has copper in the bottom of the pan. It was all sludgy. I got this engine from like some random dude for the heads. The outside of it looked clean, and it was only supposed to have 85K, but I guess it was 85,000 hard miles. But the rest of the engine is like super clean, so it's kind of disappointing. Okay, so I need to go grab the key for the Audi since that engine is unfortunately bad. I was hoping that I could just stick that together and then bring the car in and have an engine that's already together, slap it in the car. But like always, things have to be difficult. So kind of disappointed that engine is bad, even though I only paid 200 bucks for it. I mean, it did me well. I got a head out of it. So now it's just pretty much a parts engine. So the engine in the Audi isn't held together with too many bolts. I think I ran like 3 tranny bolts in, and I think I just set the engine in there and like tighted, didn't even like run them in. I just kind of hand tighted the engine mounts. So I don't know, I don't think it'll be too hard. I just kind of wanted to put an engine together, slap it in the car, but now it'll probably be a bigger process. So I may wait till tomorrow to do it, just because the fact that I need to still assemble the other head, and you know, I have to put all the valve springs and retainers and the cams and get it all ready to go before I even like attempt to bring the car in to pull the engine and all that other stuff. So, and another thing is I have it saran wrapped, so hopefully it's been sitting outside for like 2 years. So hopefully, I looked when I brought it over here, the saran wrap seemed to be holding, but I don't know, there could be like where dust got through it. So hopefully no dust got in there, because if there's dirt in that engine, then I'm going to be back to square one. And I may end up having to pull in the pan on that other engine to see, which I may do anyway, to see exactly how bad the bearings are, because it's just into the copper of the bearing, which means if there's no other metal in the pan, so there's just copper flakes, which means it's only into the first layer, which means I could pull the bearings out, slap new standard size bearings in it, plastic gauge them, and I probably wouldn't even have to machine anything, because the copper is really forgiving, and there shouldn't be any scoring or marks on the crank unless it got super hot, which the oil in the bottom of the pan kind of leads to, because it's kind of chunky. So I don't know, figure some things out, but I wanted to get that done today. I may end up just, you know, going home, doing some more wiring on the 240. Okay, so I've been working on the 240 a little bit today as well. The audio was kind of a bust, but I have this pretty far back. I can actually probably get all the way back here in a little bit. I just need to bunch it up. But I've been messing with the FD. You know, the intercooler is donezo over there. Some people are saying I could weld it, but I mean, it's split from the core, and I don't know. I mean, I probably could weld it, but it also is like definitely bent, and I don't even like how it's set up. It's over here, and everybody's crying about my light. And the bumper, look at this bumper. It's like they didn't, like it almost like the paint shrunk, and it's all messed up. So I'll repaint this bumper. I also need another one of these lights, because this one is like melted or something, but the hood still looks good. So you can't cry about the hood. So my options with the intercooler is kind of leave it in a similar configuration that it was in, kind of low mounted down here. I do like that because the radiator is up higher. The intercooler really isn't susceptible to heat soak, but the radiator kind of is, because the heat from the intercooler, when you're not moving, is raising up, and the fans are sucking the heat from the intercooler through the fans. So reverse, the intercooler would have the same issue. The BMW and the EcoBoost Mustangs have a like a small 8-inch intercooler, so it's an 8x8 core. It's 28.5 inches long, I think, from end tank to end tank, which is perfect, because I would just pretty much have it diagonal like here, like V-mounted. It would pretty much, it almost kind of save a lot of space, because it'd be right here. The intercooler piping would be a lot shorter rammed, and then all I'd have to do is flip the radiator. Unfortunately, I'd either have to modify this radiator. Since it's damaged, I probably would just get another one. For the time being, I could do that and just modify this radiator, leave the battery, but I want to relocate it, and all that stuff. And that also would give me the option, since the intercooler would only be an 8x8, I'd still have the option to make the intake duct, and I also want to make ducting from the intercooler and the radiator into the scoops, just so it's not, you know, the air is going to be coming in and just kind of circulates around the engine bay. I kind of want it to blow out of the actual scoops, and this hood has the riv nuts to do that. So I'd make like a foam mold, and then make some carbon fiber ducting. So I'm not exactly sure what I want to do, but I do want to have it running and driving again, just because the fact that it's almost a weekend and the airstrip attack, and I'm probably just going to ghetto this thing with either the old intercooler or like a smaller intercooler. I do have the one off the BMW, so I may do that, and then just you know, come back with the EcoBoost or the BMW 8-inch core one, and then redo all this stuff. The BMW or the Mustang one will look really nice and be really perfect. Here, if I could probably do it from right there. So like almost at that angle, the same angle as the fuse box kind of, and 8 inches. And then later on, when the rotary blows up or whatever happens to if I sell it and put that 2J in here, I'll have like a really short intercooler piping, like routing. And then, you know, this whole turbo situation right here, with it being so far forward, will be the 2J. It'll be further back. It'll, like, I don't know, it'll be a little bit easier. Intake will be on that side. Turbo will still be on the same side. I still want to delete this ABS pump, but I'll wait till I swap the 2J. That'll also give me a little bit more room. So this is going to be a pretty short video today. You know, I was going to do the Audi. Some things, you know, didn't work out as they were planned. I took the trailer wheels to the powder coater, so hopefully Friday I should have the trailer rolling again with new powder coater wheels and tires. I did work on this a little bit. I'm going to stop for today because what I'm going to have to do, maybe tomorrow, I might do the Audi tomorrow, we'll see, is the fuse box area in the quarter panel. So it is, I need to like clean the bottom and everything, all the random tags and all that stuff, make it a little bit more tidy. I'll probably do that tomorrow, but the wiring is pretty nice, I think. It goes, I still need to put these 2 wires into the ECU plug, which is this one right here, and this is the for the clutch switch. So if I ever want to put 2-step in, I just ran this, and I'm going to put that in the ECU plug as well. So when I put the ECU in, if I want to do 2-step, I'll have the option of connecting it, and I won't have to like run a separate circuit. But all the wiring is almost complete. I just need to, so it goes across, as you see before, comes down right there up against the passenger foot area, comes over, goes over the little hump right there, goes to the switches over there for the power folding mirrors and all the power mirror stuff, and the e-brakes switch, and cigarette lighter, which I'm probably going to convert to a 12-volt switch, and the little light for the ashtray. So, and then pretty much this is as far as I've gotten for tonight, and that's as far as I want to get, because what I'm going to have to do is, you can see that harness coming through up there for the rear tail lights, and the lights for the trunk, and the switch for the driver door, not the passenger door. I need to pretty much connect all of that stuff tomorrow, or whenever I do it. It might be tomorrow, might not be. I might do the Audi tomorrow. So bring all that around to here, and this is where the fuse box, relays, fuses, that's where it's going to be. I'm going to use the factory stuff right now, and then I'll have a power wire coming from the battery up to the starter. It'll connect to this box too. I'll have a little junction, and then everything will just be centrally located here, all tucked and nice and not seen. So hopefully I did everything correctly, and when I put power to it, everything works. Thanks for watching. Comment below, subscribe if you're not subscribed, click that bell to get notifications, and see you next time.